on with Brendan Carter, and I'm interviewing with Miss Taj of SWV. How are you doing?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So we've been trying to do this interview for seems like a month, but we finally got it. Well, thank you for being patient. I appreciate it.
When you were a little girl, did you always know you wanted to be a singer?
I always knew I wanted to do something in entertainment. I used to watch the TV show Fame, and I wanted to do anything. If it was just clean the studio, I just wanted to do anything that had to do with singing, dancing, or acting.
So how did you get into it with Lily and Coco of SWV? Where did it all start for you guys?
We all grew up together in Brooklyn and the Bronx. Coco used to live in Brooklyn, and then she moved to the Bronx. But we all grew up together, loving New Edition, and we thought the best way that we could get to know them was to be in a group. And we decided we were going to be the female edition. We found a manager who was willing to help us out. We put together a little demo tape with 3 songs. One of those songs had It's About Time on it. And every record label in New York City you could think of, RCA was the only one that fit.
Wow, the only one. That is amazing. Do you remember going in the studio to record that first album? What was that like for you guys?
It was brand new. We were excited. We were kids. We were 19, 20, and 17. It was brand new. We were just ready to do anything.
Do you remember where you were when the first time you heard your song on the radio?
I was in my house cleaning.
Oh,
the radio on blasting.
What was that feeling? Did you feel like we made it? Like we here?
I was tickled pink. It was just, you know what? You're not there because you're still broke. I was in my old apartment, but it felt good to hear your record. You felt like, oh shoot, this is real now. Your record's on the radio. People will know what you're doing is real at this point.
Yeah. And it shot off, and you guys became one of the best-selling female girl groups of the 90s. One of the most magic moments probably in R&B music history is Week. Do you remember that? Like, when you guys were in the studio recording Week, did you feel like this is what I Will Always Love You is for, Whitney Houston, or Thriller is for Michael Jackson? Did you feel that at that time? Or did you guys not even really like it?
I felt that the moment we heard the demo. The demo was beautiful. So when you heard the demo, you knew the song was going to be gorgeous once Coco put her voice on it. And she hated the song. She didn't like it. She didn't even want to sing it.
You guys were one of the first people to work with Pharrell Williams and the Neptunes for Use Your Heart, which is also featured, your vocals feature on that. Do you remember recording It's About You? Because first of all, I love the song highlights all 3 of your voices, because I love Lily's voice as well, But we all know Coco's voice, but to hear all 3 of you guys is, one of the rare groups where all 3 vocalists are equally talented. So what do you remember about recording It's All About You?
I remember recording every song we ever did. It's almost impossible not to, because you don't just walk in and just say, la la la, and it's done. No, you go through the songs all day. You have to correct parts. The harmonies have to be tweaked. So yeah, it's kind of hard to forget recording a song. You remember every last song you recorded, because it's etched in your head when you have to do it over and over and over and over again.
Because you guys have one of the illest, if I use that word, 3-part harmonies ever in music. Whose brainchild is that? Do you guys get together and say, this is what, you do that, I do that, kind of thing? How does that 3-part harmony work when you're in the studio?
Well, I'm always the alto. Of course, Coco has that thick soprano, and Lily has this really rich, full tenor that you just can't mess with that. But she can also do a serious soprano. She has that falsetto soprano that's so pretty. Brian, he just knows how to put those harmonies together. And of course, our signature sound comes from his song. We can't. That's where it came from. But I think our voices just together, it makes sense. I've heard harmonies from a lot of different people, but for some reason ours just comes together. And I just think it's the different tones. A lot of people, when they sing together, most of them all have the same tones.
Yes, it's very true.
Sounds the same, or I guess when the harmonies come together, they sound the same. But I guess because all 3 of our tones are so different, when it comes together,
definitely can hear it. What was it like working with a young Pharrell Williams on Use Your Heart?
It was great. Pharrell was awesome. He was very patient, very sweet. He was young. He was new. He was just eager to do what he had to do to be out there. He was awesome. He was a great guy.
That was a very honest record at the time. Did you guys have any apprehension recording that record about being okay with being with someone else's man?
Not at all, because we wrote it.
So you were okay with going in and writing that? You know, it's all right because, you know, it happens on reality shows all the time. But sometimes we have this thing where, you know, none of this happened back then.
Yeah, I mean, it probably didn't happen out in the open, but it was happening.
It was
we wrote it because this is what was going on at that time. We wrote it because it sounded good. We were writing songs. We just wanted to write songs. We felt like we wanted to write songs because we knew that that's where the money was at. So we wanted to write songs.
You know, where did it started to take a turn when, you know, when you're at the top of your game and you have 3 platinum albums and winning awards and you're touring the world? What changed that? You know, the outside people.
We were so young. We were so young when we started. The dynamics of the group were very lopsided. Coco sang all the leads initially, and the majority of them still. So she got a lot of the attention, and it's hard to lose yourself in that. I mean, it's hard for anybody not to get a big head when you're told you're the greatest 24 hours a day.
Right.
Even the most modest person will start to feel like, yeah, I am the best person in the world. Kiss my tail.
Right.
So I think that with that, it just started to really
break down.
It started to come apart. We started to feel unnecessary. It's an easy way to make a strain on a group. So even though we grew up together and we all felt like we loved each other to death, even the best people, the brothers and sisters, fall apart when you have people coming in between you, breaking up the camaraderie. It's easy to fall apart. So yeah, I think what needed to happen was that we needed to break up so we could figure out that nobody gave a damn about us but us. Everybody wants to be there when you're up on top, but nobody wants to be there when you're on the bottom.
Was it always set that Coco, you're going to be the lead, or was that something that was decided after the deal? Or was Coco always the lead no matter what?
She was the lead initially, yeah, but we always thought that there would be some kind of interaction we always thought that there would be us and not just her, but it didn't work out that way. It was just her, and there was no one around to speak up for us. There was just no one around, so it turned out that way, and we didn't mind how, you know, we know her voices. I mean, you can't really compare. I would never want to be like, I'm gonna battle her. Hell no,
right.
Still me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just didn't work out that way. So, you know, what can we do? What can we do? The girl has an amazing voice, and we're happy that she's on our team. And like I said, we support her 110% because that's family.
Right.
But do we want to be stomped and treated like trash? No, we're human as well.
Your music is a soundtrack to our lives. So thank you so much for your music, and thank you for SWV Reunited for being extremely honest with your story. Were you apprehensive about, you know, putting your business out there like that?
No. I wasn't apprehensive about putting my business out because I really didn't think I had anything to hide.
You're just an amazing woman, and taking the time out to do this really meant a lot. It's a dream come true.
Hey, this is Taj of SWV, and I am hanging with Brandon Carter.